Shalom, 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 Israel. First, giving honor to the Most High and the Son, Yahweh Shai. Today's class, obligations, responsibilities of Israel towards the Most High are not opinions. I'm going to say that again. obligations, responsibilities of Israel towards the power, towards the Most High, towards the Son, are not opinions. See, we've been taking the power for a joke. We've been faking and shaking and really BSing, coming to the truth, fire lit under your feet. You're excited, you know who you are, you're excited to know that you're chosen, you're excited. And then you start realizing the obligations that go behind that, the responsibilities that go behind that. You start doing this Homer Simpson, start backing away back into the bushes, start changing up, showing up less, being less involved, not communicating, slowly but surely turning back into that old man, turning back into that old woman. But see, these are obligations, these are responsibilities. When you answer the phone, when the Lord called, you said, I'm going to repent, I'm going to change my life, man, I'm going to start living for the Lord. You've now taken on the obligations and responsibilities that go along with it. See, we become very opinionated in this truth, thinking that, just because I'm not doing this, or just because I'm not doing that, or just because I can't be here, or just because I can't be there, or this, that, and the third, I'm not following the Lord. Well, if there's a direct commandment associated with the action that needs to be taking place and you not doing it, well, shot of you in sin.
That's right. Bring it out.
Point blank period. But we're going to get into it. Give me that first definition, bro. Obligations. Excuse me, my allergies are starting to turn up on me. But read that, bro. Obligation.
Obligation. An act or course of action to which a person is morally or legally bound.
A person is morally or legally bound. Read.
A duty or commitment.
A duty or commitment. A duty or commitment. Read the next one, bro. The condition.
The condition of being morally or legally bound to do something.
Right.
A debt of gratitude for a service or favor.
So, obligations. You don't think Israel have obligations towards the Lord? You don't think that you have to put in? You don't have to do? Again, they say, actions are weighed.
That's right.
These are the obligations. We're going to get more into it. Give me responsibilities, bro.
Responsibility. The state or fact of having a duty to deal with something or of having control over someone.
Right? Come down.
The state or fact of being accountable or to blame for something.
Read the next one.
The opportunity or ability to act independently and make decisions without authorization.
Scroll up, it's another one I'm looking for. Go back. Another one I'm looking for. Right? Another definition of responsibility is say required to do as part of a job, role, or legal obligation. A legal obligation. So when you decided to follow the Lord, were you not legally obligated to keep the law?
Bring it up.
Were you not morally obligated to keep the law?
Bring it up.
Was it not your responsibility to uphold the morals and characteristics that come along with following the Lord?
Bring it out.
These are the obligations. These are the responsibilities of those that call themselves Hebrew Israelites, of those that consider themselves the seed of Abraham, of those that consider themselves following the Lord.
That's right.
Bring it out.
These are your responsibilities. These are your obligations. And we're going to get into what those are. But before that, give me opinions.
Opinion. A view.
Hey, what?
A view.
Read.
Or judgment formed about something.
Read.
Not necessarily based on fact.
It's like not necessarily based on fact. Read.
Or knowledge.
Or what?
Or knowledge.
So if, in your opinion, that you don't have to follow the Lord to follow the Lord, bro, there's no knowledge based. There's no fact behind that. That's how you feel.
Bring it out.
That's what you've deceived yourself into thinking.
Bring it out.
That's what you let somebody deceive you into thinking. Bro, if you're going to follow the Lord, you have to follow the Lord.
That's right.
You have to be obedient.
That's right.
Let's get into it. Romans 15:4, bro.
The book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
Was written for what, bro?
For our learning.
He said these were written for our learning. An opinion has nothing to do with learning.
That's right.
An opinion has nothing to do with knowledge.
That's right.
Read.
That we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Man, we need to start taking this walk seriously.
That's right.
We need to stop faking and shaking and lying to ourselves, man, that we ain't got to follow the Lord.
Bring it out.
To follow the Lord. Bro, you see how ridiculous that sounds?
Bring it out.
Bro, I ain't got to be in order to be in order.
Bring it out.
I ain't gotta love my brother to love the Lord. I can still disregard and have ill will and bad looks towards this man or towards this sister and still love God.
Bring it out.
But that don't sound right. Bro, you're not falling in line with your legal obligations and responsibilities. Because we'll get into it. Let me ask this. 19. Let's start at 1. We're going to get into it.
The book of Exodus, chapter 19 and verse 1.
Read.
In the 3rd month, when the children of Israel were gone forth out of the land of Egypt, the same day came they into the wilderness of Sinai. For they were departed for Rephidim, and were come to the desert of Sinai, and had pitched in the wilderness. And there Israel camped before the mount. And Moses went up unto God, and the Lord called unto him, called unto him out of the mountain, saying, Thus shalt thou say to the house of Jacob.
Thus thou shalt say to the house of Jacob, to the ones that call themselves Hebrew Israelites, to the ones that call themselves the seed of Abraham, to the ones that call themselves the followers of Christ, to the ones that call themselves following the Lord. Read.
And tell the children of Israel, Ye have seen what I did unto the Egyptians, and how I bare you on eagles' wings, and brought you unto myself. Now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed.
If you will what, bro?
Obey my voice indeed.
So you have an obligation to obey the voice of the Lord. It is your responsibility to be obedient. Read.
And keep my covenant.
And do what?
And keep my covenant.
Be in order, man. Keep the commandment. Read.
Then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people.
Then you will have everything you need. Then you will be that people set above, man, as that example of how to live righteously.
That's right.
Read.
For all the earth is mine, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation.
Is that what's going on right now?
Bring it out.
For Israel as a whole? Is that what's going on? Are we still battling amongst ourselves?
Bring it out.
We still campaigning and bearing hatred and variance and all kind of turmoil and defiled bread being passed around the nation.
Bring it out.
Read.
These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people, and laid before their faces all these words which the Lord commanded him. And all the people answered together and said,
all the people answered together. All the people that consider themselves Israelites. All the people that consider themselves followers of the Lord.
Read out.
All the people. Read.
And said, all that the Lord has spoken, we will do.
What they said, bro?
We will do.
He say, all that the Lord have spoken, we will do. That's what you said when you answered that phone call.
That's right.
That's what you said when the Lord put it on your spirit to realize, bro, I ain't been living my life like I should have been living my life.
Bring it out.
When the Lord put it on your spirit to realize, bro, I ain't just somebody that's called black.
Bring it out.
When you decided to change, when you decided that you want to repent, when you decided that you want to become anew, when you decided that I want to follow the Lord, what he said, bro?
And all the people answered together and said, all that the Lord has spoken, we will do.
We will do. Now you have an obligation.
Bring it out.
Right.
Now you have a responsibility.
That's right.
To follow the Lord, to follow the commandments, to be obedient, to be in order. This is your obligation. These are your responsibilities.
That's right.
We're going to get into it. Finish it out, bro.
And Moses returned the words of the people unto the Lord.
So now we have verbally spoken unto the Lord, said, all right, Lord, everything you said, I'm going to put that into action. Everything you said, I'm going to put that into play. Everything that you said, I'm going to live my life by that. Everything that you've commanded me, I'm going to follow. So if in your mind, you fabricated that I don't have to follow what the Lord say to still follow the Lord, brother, you bugged out.
Bring it out. Right.
Deceiving your own self.
That's right.
You're searing your own mind. Because the Lord just said, keep my covenant. And you said, everything you said, Lord, I'm on it. Say less. Say no more.
That's right.
What's understood ain't got to be said. But let's get into some of these obligations and responsibilities. Give me Exodus 20:1.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying.
So these are all of the words of the Lord on what we need to do that we said we gonna do. Read.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
He said what, bro?
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
So your obligation to the Lord is to not put any other God before him.
That's right.
Your responsibility to the Lord is to obey and not put any God before him. So have you been living your life like that?
Bring it out.
Since you got your fringes on, you got your head wrap, your knee tree, your dress, you got all of these things going on, but are you still devoting your time towards the Lord, or are you devoting your time towards the world, towards your phone, towards your husband, towards your woman, towards your children? And what I mean by devoting your time, if you're not solidifying your relationship with the power, getting it in on your reading, taking the time to self-examine yourself to make sure you following the will of the Lord, or you put another God before him.
That's right.
If you're worrying about any and everything else and the Lord ain't first, you put another God before him.
That's right.
This is your obligation. This is your responsibility, bro. Not to put another God before the Lord. This is what you said you're going to do. These are the words that are spoken from the Lord. Read on.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath.
So Israel, we already got 2 strikes already.
Bring that out.
Because we got all kind of graven images all up and throughout the nation.
That's right.
We even got men taking their own portrait of themselves and fabricating it out to be an image of Christ.
Bring it out.
Bro, how do you call yourself a follower of the Lord if you can't even listen?
Bring it out.
If you can't even adhere to a simple commandment, but yet you want your children though to follow what you giving them, huh? You want your children to be responsible, to follow your instruction. But hell, you ain't even following the instruction of the Lord.
Bring it out.
If you calling the Lord your father, what is the responsibility of a child?
Bring it out.
And we're gonna get into it. Read, bro.
Or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
Of them what?
Them that hate me.
So if you said all of the words of the Lord we will do, and you not following them, you hate the Lord.
Bring it out.
Right. Because you're not listening.
Right.
You're not implementing. You're not following instruction. It was plain on tables.
Right.
Because you said it. All the words of the Lord, all right, we're going to do it. But when push came to shove, when it was time for your words to be put into action,
bring it out.
What you doing, Israel? What's your life like? How you moving? Where your mind at? See, we faking and shaking in the truth, bro. Lying and deceiving our own selves. Knowing we don't really care about the Lord. Knowing we don't really care about our brother. Knowing we don't really care about our sister. But we deceiving our own selves. Come into the building. Come around your brothers. Come around your sisters. Shalom. Brew. And walk out that door, bro, and still have evil in your heart. Walk out that door, man, disregard everything that the Lord that showed you, everything that the Lord that put in front of you, everything that the Lord that laid the bear for you.
Bring it out.
Better read, bro.
And shewing mercy unto thousands of them that love me, and keep my commandments.
And do what, bro?
And keep my commandments.
He say those that he's showing mercy unto the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. That's how you show you love. By following. By being obedient. By taking into consideration if what you're doing and what you're not doing, how that affects. Have you thought about that? Has that thought came to mind? What I'm doing and what I'm not doing, how that affects the whole situation, how that affect my brother, how that affect my sister, how that affects my household. Yeah, how that affects me.
Bring it out.
See, bro, these are those obligations. These are the responsibilities that we signed up for when we said all of the words of the Lord we will do.
That's right.
Read.
Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain.
Man, we do that all day, every day. Play around with the power.
That's right.
But see, this is one of the biggest things that we faking and shaking on. Read verse 8, bro.
Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy.
What did it say, bro?
Remember the Sabbath day, to keep it holy.
See, we be bullcorning, bro, when it comes to the Sabbath day.
That's right.
We be faking and shaking. Because this is a commandment for us to adhere to the Sabbath. This was a commandment. This day was set apart above all the other days. This day was set apart. But see, when it comes to that job, we're going to be on time. We're going to make sure we're there.
That's right.
Bring it up.
We're going to be late. We call in 30 minutes to an hour early. When it come to that paycheck, we be on point.
Bring it out.
When it come to you outside, man, you about to go club, you gonna hit your partner, hey man, I'm gonna be like 30 minutes late, man. I'm still trying to get my fit together. When it come to anything outside of the Lord,
bring it out.
It don't matter. He say to remember the Sabbath day. Come, every man and every woman has their own walk, have their own things that they dealing with, have their own trials and tribulations that the Lord are putting them through. But this is the thing. It say it is a reasonable sacrifice for the Lord. If you are able, and listen to what I'm saying, if you are able in situations provide themselves and made it readily available for you to adhere to the Sabbath, and you don't, bro, that's sin on you.
That's right.
Bring it out.
If everything lined up, everything fall in place for you to adhere to the Sabbath day, and you choose to do something else, and you choose not to congregate, and you choose to disregard your brothers, and you choose to disregard your sisters, and you choose to disregard the Lord, that's sin on you.
That's right.
Because we said all of the words of the Lord we will do. This is your obligation. This is your responsibility. Bro, 6 days out the week, bro, we dealing with BS upon BS upon BS.
Right.
Bro, the Lord gave you that one day of reprieve. Come get the medicine. Come get fed. Gather around your brothers and sisters, around real love.
That's right.
Around real charity. Positive vibes.
Bring it out.
Laughter. Smiles. Joy. Happiness. Come get around it. And you choose to disregard it? Bro, if you are able to do it, do it. But we disregard this. Give me Exodus 31 and 13. Hold your precept, we coming back. Read that, bro.
The book of Exodus, chapter 31 and verse 13. Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily my Sabbath ye shall keep.
What he said, bro?
Verily my Sabbath ye shall keep.
Read.
For it is a sign between me and you throughout your generation, that ye may know that I am the Lord that doth sanctify you. Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore.
What he say, bro?
Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore.
What's our obligation?
Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore.
What about our responsibility?
Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore.
Read.
For it is holy unto you.
For it is what, bro?
Holy unto you.
Read.
Everyone that defileth shall surely be put to death.
He say everyone that defileth, bro, it's gonna be bad vibes for you.
That's right.
Everyone that defileth, bro, it's something looming over you.
Right.
Everyone that defileth, bro, don't want to listen.
That's right.
Everyone that defileth, bro, got issues.
Bring it out.
Everyone that defileth got problems.
Right.
Everyone that defileth, bro, ain't gonna be no happiness for you.
Bring it out.
What happened when you was growing up with your mommy and your daddy and you ain't listen? Didn't that belt get pulled out?
Bring it out.
Didn't that shoe get pulled out?
Bring it out.
Didn't that comb get pulled out?
That's right.
Didn't that switch get pulled out?
That's right.
Did you get put on punishment?
That's
When
right.
all of the things you love and like to do get taken away from you?
Bring it
That's
out.
right.
Bro, what you think the Lord gonna do? You consider yourself a child of Israel. You consider yourself the seed line of Abraham. You consider yourself a follower of the Lord. Child of God. Well, then if you the child, somebody got to be the parent.
Bring it out.
And the parent has given instruction. Clear. Simple instruction. Obey my voice.
That's right.
Again, you said all of the words of the Lord we will do. Boom. Obligations and responsibilities.
That's right.
When that phone started ringing, you picked up, Lord, all right, I'm ready. All right, well, this is what you got to do. This how you need to move. This is the blueprint to your new life. Finish it out, bro. Verse 14.
Everyone that defileth shall surely be put to death. For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people.
See, again, the dispensation of time that we living in, we don't have no control over anything.
Bring it out.
So again, when I say, if everything lined up for you, bro, to adhere to the Sabbath, then adhere to the Sabbath.
Bring it out.
Show your love. Show your reverence. Show your obedience to your God.
That's right.
Because he could have left you stuck out there and stupid.
That's right.
He could have left you lingering and teetering the edge of death. But again, we answer the phone call. Yeah, Lord. All right, 100. I hear what you're saying. It's a done dollar. But again, push come to shove. Time for your actions to line up with your words. Where you at, bro?
Bring it out.
Where you at, sis? What's going on, ah? See, we formulate opinions in our mind. We formulate all of these lies and all of these deceits, man, to salve that pain of knowing that we're doing wrong. Knowing that we should adhere. When a brother asks you a question, you disregard the question. You move past it like brother ain't said nothing. Or when a sister called to check in on you to show some love, to be a support, you disregard what she's talking about. Because up here, you know you dead wrong.
Right.
You know you down bad. Let's go back. Exodus 20 and verse 8. Read that, bro.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work.
So now you're lining up the instructions within the Sabbath. You got these 6 days to handle your business. You got these 6 days to take care of things. You got these 6 days to handle up. Read.
6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day.
But that 7th day, read.
Is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
But this day is hallowed for the Lord. Read.
In it thou shalt not do any work. Thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth.
See, he say it's hallowed to the point where everything that you got going on, bro, if it's producing that servile work, bro, cut it out.
Bring it up.
It's set up to give you a reprieve.
That's right.
See, this day you ain't got to worry about going out and spending no money. This day you ain't got to worry about going out and dealing with BS. This day you ain't got to worry about going out and coming up short somewhere. This day right here is established for you to have that rest and for you to get closer and strengthen your connection, your relationship with the Lord.
That's right.
Strengthen your connection and your relationship with your brother.
That's right.
Strengthen that connection and that relationship with your sister.
That's right.
It's a holy convocation. Again, if it is within your power, if the stars line up,
Bring it out.
if everything is in play for you to make the Sabbath, for you to adhere to Sabbath, for you to follow the commandment of the Sabbath, and you don't, that's sin on you.
That's right.
Right.
That shows how much you really love the Lord. That shows how much you really love yourself. Because you answered the call. You picked it up. You decided in your mind that you wanted to change. You decided in your mind you was tired of being a nigga. You decided in your mind that the way things is moving, bro, I can't get with it.
Bring it out.
But as soon as it's time to put forth the effort to really change, as soon as it's nut checking time, and as soon as it's time for your words to add up with your actions,
Bring it out.
excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse, situation after situation, problem after problem. Bro, how would you feel if the Lord did the same thing to you?
Bring it up.
How would you feel if your job did the same thing to you? Huh? Because For sure don't stop. First of the month, he still come and get his collection. But your job, we done had to shut down the warehouse. We gonna be down for about the next 2 months. 2 months? Yeah, you ain't gonna be getting paid for these 2 months. Now you gotta figure out a side hustle. Now you got an issue with the manager and the company and the CEO and the CFO. Now you're writing letters and emails. But see, when it comes to the Lord, we just disregard. Fall in line with that opinion that I can do this. That I ain't got to do this to still do this. That I ain't got to follow this to still follow this. That I can still call myself an Israelite and not do a damn thing that requires me to be an Israelite.
Bring it out.
That I can still call myself a child of the Lord and not do a damn thing that the Lord tell me to do. What do you do to disobedient children? Especially yours. There has to be a correction. See, what I'm trying to get you to realize, Israel, bro, regardless of how you feel, regardless of what lies you have told yourself, you said you're going to serve the Lord. You said that. And now it's time to serve the Lord.
Bring it out.
Now it's time to stop BSing.
That's right.
Now it's time to let your actions speak for themselves. Read on, bro.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the 7th day and hallowed it.
He blessed it and hallowed it. Made it separate from all the other days. Set aside just for you and for the Lord. To strengthen y'all connection. To strengthen y'all bond. Because you are morally and now legally obligated to do so.
That's right.
It's a commandment. It's a law. You legally obligated to put that seatbelt on when you drive around, because if not, you got a fine. You legally obligated to stop at that red light and that stop sign, because if not, you get a fine. You are legally obligated not to lie on your taxes, not to claim somebody that you ain't that ain't been in your house for the last 17 years.
Bring it out.
But see, when it comes to the Lord, bump moral, bump legal, bump all of that. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to move around like how I want to move around and still expect to be blessed. And still expect to get the reward of an obedient and a righteous child. It don't work that way. Read verse 12, bro.
Verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother.
What he said, bro?
Honor thy father and thy mother.
How do you honor your father and mother? How? How? By being obedient.
That's right.
That is the greatest thing you can do to show honor towards your mother and towards your father. But not only that, people, I'm saying, towards your mother and towards your father, towards the Lord.
That's right.
Towards the person that you're crying out for counseling.
Bring it out.
Towards the leadership that has been established and set up as those father figures. The ones you crying unto. The ones you trying to get information from. The ones who want to see you make it. The ones who want to see the smiles on your face. The ones who want to see you get everything you need.
Bring it out.
Or else, why come and ask for counseling if you're not going to implement the word that's coming out? Because again, the power is working through. Read it again, bro. Verse 12.
Verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
He say, honor them, bro, that your days may be lean. You know how many times I've been told, bro, I was going to get put to sleep by my mom and my daddy for being disobedient? Pops, buy a key and make another one tonight.
Bring it out.
Your life ain't there's no assurity in that no more. Your days are no longer prolonged. Now them Jones numbered. You see what I'm saying? See, we got to stop playing with the power, bro. He gave us the blueprint, showed us what we needed to do, and what we said. All the words we gonna do. Give me Proverbs 5 and verse 1. Read that, bro.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 5 and verse 1. My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear to my understanding.
This is how you show honor to the mother and father. This is how you show honor. Say, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ears to my understanding. Bro, peep game. Take heed to my instruction. Follow directions.
Bring it out.
Be obedient to the commandment. That's where your wisdom comes from. But read on, bro. Verse 2.
For the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb.
No, read verse 2, bro.
That thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge.
He say that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge. Again, opinions, right? Not based on fact or knowledge. He said that thou lips, bro. Know when to speak, know not when to speak. Know when to move, know not when to move. Discretion. The Lord tell you as well, watch your mouth.
Work it out.
Watch your actions.
That's right.
That's right.
Self-examine. Read.
For the lips of a strange woman drop as an honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil.
You know who that strange woman is?
Work it out.
That's you.
That's right.
Yourself. That old man, that living lump that resurfaces itself as soon as it's time for you to adhere to your obligation. When it's time for you to be accountable for the responsibilities that you have, which is obedience, which is following the Lord, which is keeping the commandments. See, we are our own worst enemy. We know exactly what to tell ourselves not to do something that we know we should be doing.
That's right.
Read.
But her end is bitter as wormwood.
He say, what, bro?
But her end is bitter as wormwood.
See, when we don't listen to the Most High, now we got to deal with the things that we're going through.
Bring it out.
That's why you in every hood and every ghetto.
That's right.
That's why you don't know who the hell you are.
Bring it out.
That's why you got hatred amongst yourselves.
That's right.
That's why you don't give a damn about nothing.
Teeth.
That's why you're so gullible and easily deceived.
Bring it out.
Read.
Sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell.
See, this is what happened when you disregard your obligations. This is what happened when you flake out on your responsibilities.
That's right.
Read.
Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them.
Read.
Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth.
See, it said, hear me now, therefore, O ye children. O ye children. Again, what is the responsibility of a child?
Bring it out.
Read verse 7 again, bro.
Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth.
He say, depart not. Do not disregard the instruction that is given to you. Do not disregard the obligations that you yourself have said that you will do. Do not think and shake on your responsibilities that you said you gonna do.
Bring it out.
Let's go back, boo. Exodus 20, verse 12. Read it when you get there, boo.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee.
That's why you say, hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth.
Bring it out.
That's how you show honor.
That's right.
That's right.
Read.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not commit adultery.
See, we still doing that even today. Right now, with the fringes on.
Bring it out.
Every time you show hatred towards your brother, you done kill.
That's right.
Every time you have that ill and malice on your heart, bro, you can kill.
Right.
Every time, bro, you got that evil spirit on you, man, and you looking at your brother real in a way that is unseemly.
Bring it out.
When you're looking at a sister unseemly, bro, you just disregarded the whole word of the Lord.
That's right.
You did not adhere to the commandment. You did not follow instruction. You were not paying attention to your obligations.
That's right.
You did not follow your responsibilities. Read.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
See, it says, thou shalt not steal, and you shouldn't bear false witness on your neighbor. Bro, all of that's still going on right now in Israel.
That's right.
Bring it up.
Still to this day.
That's right.
False witness after false witness, brothers lying, sisters lying, up and down. Brothers stealing from their brothers. Sisters stealing from their sisters. Ones that call themselves elders and people over the congregation stealing from the congregation. Bro, but you call yourself a child of God.
Bring it out.
You call yourself the seed line of Abraham. You call yourself an Israelite. But this is your obligation. These are your responsibilities. This was your blueprint. Read verse 17, bro.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife.
So it say, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. Read.
Nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
He say, what your partner got, your bro, the person you call your brother, what your sister got, don't cover what they got.
That's right.
So if in your heart, in your mind, you deceived yourself that you should be in a position to teach the people, to guide the people, but you ain't got your damn house in order,
Bring it up.
but you can't follow the simple commandment. You can't take hold and have accountability for your broken responsibilities and obligations you did not fulfill. How could you put in a position to teach people?
Bring it up.
Bro, simple as that. Plain on tables.
That's right.
See, this is what you signed up for, Israel. When you answered that phone call, this is what popped out. This is what transpires. Remember, this is what you said you're going to do. Give me Matthews 22 and 36. Let's see what else go along with these obligations and responsibilities.
The book of Matthew, chapter 22 and verse 36. Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Right.
He say, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Master, what's the greatest obligation and responsibility that we have as Israel?
Bring it up.
Read.
Christ said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind.
So, one of them is to be obedient. Because if you love somebody, you're going to listen.
That's right.
Point blank. If you love somebody, you're going to take into consideration what you do, what you don't do, what you say, what you don't say, how you move, how you don't move. You take in consideration their feelings. That's love.
That's right.
Obedience. Again, this was your obligation from the jump. Your responsibilities. Read.
This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
What's that other one, bro?
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
See, this is not an opinion.
Bring it out.
Bro, this is your responsibility.
That's right.
This is your obligation to love your brother. This is your obligation to love your sister.
That's right.
This is your obligation to be obedient.
Right.
Again, this is what we signed up for when we answered the phone call. This is what we signed up for when we start calling ourselves children of God.
Bring it out.
This is what we signed up for when we consider ourselves the seed line of Abraham.
Bring it out.
And if you can't follow that, if you can't adhere to that, if you can't be obedient to that, bro, you got to take that up with the Lord. And I don't think it's a good thing to be found in his hands.
Bring it out.
In a dirty situation. And what I mean by dirty situation, you will see. So we got to stop faking and shaking. We got to stop lying to ourselves. Finish it out.
On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
See, on these two commandments hang everything that we just read in Exodus 20. On these two things hang everything we just read in Exodus 20. By us adhering to these two things, we automatically fall in line with everything else.
That's right.
See, when you love your neighbor, bro, you're not being jealous or covetous of what he got.
That's right.
When you love your neighbor, you're not bearing false witness. When you love your neighbor, you're not stealing, you're not killing. When you love your neighbor, you're honoring your mother and father.
That's right.
When you love your neighbor, you adhering to the Sabbath. When you love your neighbor, you're not putting no other God before the Lord.
That's right.
When you love your neighbor, all of these obligations and responsibilities will be fulfilled and continue to be fulfilled. But see, Israel don't want to hear that. Give me Deuteronomy 4. Matter of fact, hold that. Give me Isaiah 55 and 6. See, when we don't want to do that, when we made up in our mind and we ain't gotta love our neighbor, we ain't gotta do this or do that to still follow the Lord, bro, we are deceiving our own selves. Read.
Right. The book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 6. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found.
He said, do what, bro?
Seek ye the Lord while he may be found.
And you seek him by being obedient. Read.
That's right. Call ye upon him while he is near. Let the wicked forsake his ways, and the unrighteous man his thoughts.
He said, let those that want to be obedient, bro, forsake that, bro. Get rid of it. Read.
And let him return unto the Lord.
And do what, bro?
And let him return unto the
You
Lord.
return unto the Lord by being obedient. You return unto the Lord by following through with your obligations. You return unto the Lord by being responsible.
That's right.
Read.
And he will have mercy upon him.
And he what?
Will have mercy upon him.
Read.
And to our God, for he will abundantly pardon. For my thoughts are not your thoughts.
See, that's the thing. See, the thoughts of the Lord are not your opinions.
That's right.
And see, your opinions are not the thoughts of the Lord.
Bring it out.
See, there's no gray area.
That's right.
No, sir.
Either you gonna do or you're not gonna do.
That's right.
What your mama used to say, your daddy used to say, either you inside or you outside.
That's right.
Bring it out.
Either you gonna listen or you gonna catch this whooping. Which one? The choice is yours. Read verse 8 again, bro.
For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, said the Lord.
See, we need to really start adhering to that. We need to really start taking that and keeping that to the chest.
Bring it out.
Because as soon as you get to thinking in your mind that, yeah, I can disregard this, I can disregard that. That ain't how the Lord think. That ain't how the Lord move. These loopholes were not put in place when he gave us our obligations and responsibilities.
Right.
You gotta give me Deuteronomy 4:1.
Deuteronomy chapter 4 and verse 1. Now therefore hearken, O Israel, unto the statutes and unto the judgments, which I teach you, for to do them.
For the what?
For to do them.
For the what?
For to do them.
Read.
That ye may live and go in and possess the land which the Lord God of your fathers giveth you.
So, does it look like Israel as a whole that we hearkened?
Bring it out.
Does it look like the Israel as a whole we implemented the things that we were taught? Does it look like Israel as a whole we followed through with our obligations?
See?
Does it look like Israel as a whole we were responsible? No. But this is your obligation to hearken. This is your responsibility to do. Give me Exodus 34 and 12.
The book of Exodus, chapter 34 and verse 12. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land whither thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee.
He said, bro, take heed to yourself lest you fall out of following your obligations, lest you become irresponsible, lest you disregard the teachings and the word of the Lord. Lest you disregard the teachings and the words of your father. Lest you disregard the teachings and the words of your mother.
Bring it out.
Read.
But ye shall destroy their altars, break their images, and cut down their groves. For thou shalt worship no other God.
For what?
Thou shalt worship no other God.
Read.
For the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God. Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land.
Lest you lay in bed. Lest you disregard. Lest you be disobedient. Lest you act like a nigga. Lest you bear hatred.
Bring it out.
Lest you have a mind full of malice and evil. Read.
And they go a-whoring after their gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods, and one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice.
Your mind, your body, your spirit, everything about you becomes a liability. Everything about you shows that you're a liar.
Bring it out.
Everything about you shows that you are hard-headed and disobedient. Everything about you say, I need my butt whooped. Everything about you say you're irresponsible. Everything about you say that you're childish. But you call yourself, I'm grown. Read.
And they go whoring after their gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods, and one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice. And thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go a whoring after their gods.
See, this will happen when you have an obligation to be an example, when you have a responsibility to be an example, when you have an obligation to be a teacher, when you have a responsibility to be a teacher, and all you have shown them is disobedience, all you have shown them is hard-headedness, all you have shown them is lies, all you have shown them is BS upon BS, that's what's going to happen.
Right.
Again, how you expect your child to listen to what you want them to do, to how you need them to move, and you ain't even doing it for the Lord.
Bring it up.
Read.
Thou shalt make thee no molten gods.
See, give me Proverbs 4 and 1. See, we got to disregard the BS of the world, man. We got to wholeheartedly dig deep, man, and take on the Spirit of Christ. Wholeheartedly become one with the Lord, bro. Read that, bro.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 1. Hear ye children.
Hello, what do you say, bro?
Hear ye children.
Hear ye children. Read.
The instruction of a father.
The what, bro?
The instruction of a father.
See, again, how do you honor your mother? How do you honor your father? Read.
And they tend to no understanding. For I give you good doctrine.
For what, bro?
For I give you good doctrine.
Bro, I showed you how to love. I gave you the blueprint on how to operate. I gave you a blueprint on how to celebrate. I gave you a blueprint on how to move. I gave you a blueprint on how to live peaceably.
Bring it up.
I give you good doctrine. Read.
Forsake ye not my law.
What did it say, bro?
Forsake ye not my law.
It say, forsake not your obligation. Forsake not your responsibilities.
Bring it up.
Read.
For I was my father's son, tender and only, beloved in the sight of my mother. He taught me also.
He said what, bro?
He taught me also.
Read.
And said unto me, let thine heart retain my word.
What did he say, bro?
Let thine heart retain my word.
He say, let your heart retain the words. And this is how you let your heart retain the words. Read, bro.
Keep my commandments and live.
How you retain them words, bro?
Keep my commandments and live.
How do you honor the mother and father?
Keep my commandments and live.
Bro, this is how you follow the obligations. This is how you be responsible. Read.
Get wisdom. Get understanding. Forget it not. Neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee.
See, that wisdom is the law. That
right.
Wisdom is being obedient. That wisdom is keeping the commandment.
That's right.
Bro, it say if you follow it, you won't be dismayed. If you follow it, you have length of days. If you follow it, you be blessed. If you follow it, you have happiness. If you follow it, there's joy. If you follow it, there's peace. It say forsake it not. Read.
Wisdom is the principal thing.
He say wisdom is the principal thing. Wisdom. It's very, very important. Read.
Therefore, get wisdom.
Therefore, follow through with your obligations. Therefore, be responsible.
That's right.
Therefore, say and do all the words of the Lord. Let your actions line up with your words.
Right.
Let your words mirror your actions. Read.
And with all thy getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and she shall promote thee. She shall bring thee to honor when thou dost embrace her. She shall give to thine head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory shall she deliver to thee.
He say, she shall give to thine head an ornament of grace, a crown of glory shall she deliver to thee. So what happened when you disobedient, when you hard-headed, when you don't listen?
Bring it out.
Again, you gotta get checked. There's sadness and lamentations and, man, I can't stand him. Man, I can't stand him. When your mom and your daddy gotta check you,
That's
now
right.
it's a problem. Now you get to crying and speaking under your breath and mumbling, man, I'm gonna run away, man, I can't stand it. That's what you signed up for. You said you love him, right? You gonna listen.
That's right.
That's the responsibility of a child. It's to follow instruction. It's to be obedient. Follow through with your obligations. Follow through with your responsibilities.
Right.
See, me growing up, my brother and sister, we had a chore chart. This week, you got the kitchen and the trash. This week, you got the bathrooms and the floors. This week, you got to take care of vacuuming and cleaning the living room. See, it builds order.
That's right.
So if these are your obligations for this week, this is your responsibility for this week, and you don't do it, what happened?
Bring it out.
Well, it's been many nice feelings that came through waking the whole house up with belts.
That's right.
Because we ain't washed the dishes. Because we ain't take out the trash. Because we ain't mop and sweep. Because we ain't clean the restroom. Because we ain't feed the dog. Because we were disobedient. So what you think the Lord gonna do? You consider yourself the child of the Lord, the seed of Abraham. See, we gotta take into consideration, man. This is not a game. It's real life. And it's enough examples in here on what happens when you disobedient for you not to even cross your mind to be disobedient. For you not the thought to not even cross your mind to disregard your obligations and responsibilities that you yourself said we will do. Read verse 10, bro.
Hear, O my son,
There it is again. Here, my child, read.
and receive my saying.
Again, it's the same as verse 1. Attain. Attain. Listen to the instructions. Attain to know. Receive my sayings. Follow my instructions. Follow your obligations. Fulfill your responsibilities. Read.
And the years of thy life shall be many.
Bro, how many other examples must you be given for it to click? For it to be like a light bulb when you flip the switch. Bing! If you look around you, it's enough examples of what disobedience gets you. For you to want to be like, bro, I don't need that in my life.
Bring it out.
But again, what's the obligation of a child? What's the responsibilities of a child? Ephesians 6:1. Read that when you get there, bro.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 1. Children, obey your parents.
What did it say, bro?
Obey your parents
Read.
in the Lord, for this is right.
This is your obligation. This is your responsibility as a child, is to obey. So if the commandment, the instruction was given on what we need to do, how we need to move, how we need to operate, how we need to deal, how we need to congregate, how we need to live, it's your responsibility and your obligation to fulfill that. To listen and implement. That's how you show honor. This is what we need to do. We need to stop taking and shaking.
Right.
Go back. Proverbs 4 and verse 11.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 11. I have taught thee in the way of wisdom.
Hello, does he say what, bro?
I have taught thee in the way of wisdom.
Read.
I have led thee in right paths.
See, he gave us the instruction. gave us the directions, gave us the commandment, showed us our obligations and responsibilities that go along with it. Read.
When thou goest, thy steps shall not be straitened, and when thou runnest, thou shalt not stumble.
He say, when you go, bro, everything is good. When you run, you ain't got to worry about tripping and falling. You ain't got to worry about fumbling. You ain't got to worry about missing a step. You ain't got to worry about issues. If you follow your obligations, if you adhere to your responsibilities, if you listen.
Bring it out.
Read.
Take fast hold of instruction.
Say what, bro?
Take fast hold of instruction.
Read.
Let her not go.
Like what he say, bro?
Let her not go.
Read.
Keep her, for she is thy life.
What he say about them obligations, bro?
She is thy life.
What he say about them responsibilities, bro?
She is thy life.
He say keep her because she is life. Follow the law because she is life. Honor your mother and your father. This is life.
That's right.
Read.
Enter not into the path of the wicked.
He say, do what, bro?
Enter not into the path of the wicked.
So you enter into the path of the wicked by what? Being disobedient. By letting opinions deceive you into thinking that they're fact and knowledge.
Bring it out.
Versus keeping what you're morally and legally obligated to do. Read.
And go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it.
What it say, bro?
Avoid it.
What it say, bro?
Avoid it.
Read.
Pass not by it. Turn from it and pass away.
Hey, bro, it say, bro, disregard disobedience. Disregard not following. Disregard it. Take not heed. Read.
For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away, unless they cause some to fall.
See, this is what happened when you set up in a position to be an example. When you set up in a position to guide and shepherd the sheep, that your mischief, your unwillingness to listen, your unwillingness to complete your responsibilities, your unwillingness to follow through with your obligations, bro, you're going to cause somebody else to fall. You're going to cause somebody else to get caught up in the BS. You're going to have blood on your hands. Read.
For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. But the path of the just is as the shining light.
He say the path of the just is as a shining light. Read.
That shineth more and more until the perfect day.
Read.
The way of the wicked is as darkness. They know not at what they stumble.
So if we adhere, we keep, we fulfill our obligations and follow through with our responsibilities, our way is straight. Our path is set. No stumbling. But if we disobedient, if we don't take heed of our obligations and responsibilities, we're in darkness. We're
That's right.
stumbling, unable to move correctly. See, you need to take heed, man. Don't let it go in one ear and out the other. Examine yourself. Are you one of the ones that fabricate your own lies and your own deceit? You're deceiving your own self, thinking that you still following the Lord and you being disobedient. Examine yourself. Because if that's you, the way of the wicked is this darkness. They know not what they stumble. That's your future. That's your present. Give me Psalms 81 and 11. Matter of fact, yeah, give me Psalms 81 and 11.
The book of Psalms, chapter 81 and verse 11.
Bring it out.
Read.
But my people would not hearken to my voice.
What did it say, bro?
My people would not hearken unto my voice.
See, we still got that going on, man. This is an example of what happened when you don't hearken. Read.
And Israel would none of me. So I gave them up unto their own hearts.
Hallelujah. Did what, bro?
I gave them up unto their own heart's lust, and they walked in their own counsels. Oh, that my people had hearkened unto me, and Israel had walked in my
He
ways.
said, oh, if only they had hearkened unto me, if only they had fulfilled their obligations, if only they were true to their responsibilities. Read.
I should soon have subdued their enemies.
He said, he soon would have subdued your enemies. You soon would have had happiness. You soon would have been at peace. You soon would have had to live in the ghettos. You soon would have had to not know who you are. You soon would have had to deal with hatred. You soon would have had to deal with malice. You soon would have had to have lies. You soon would have had to have that murderers.
Bring it up.
All of these things would have been subdued. Right. If only you listen. Read.
And turn my hand against their adversaries. The haters of the Lord should have submitted themselves unto him, but their time should have endured forever.
See, the haters of the Lord are ones that are not obedient. The haters of the Lord are the ones that don't give a damn about their brothers.
Bring it
The
up.
haters of the Lord are the ones that don't give a damn about their sisters.
Bring it
The
up.
haters of the Lord are irresponsible.
That's right.
The haters of the Lord are truth breakers. The haters of the Lord are people that make vows and continue to break them. The haters of the Lord don't follow order.
That's right.
Are not obedient. So again, if you don't want to fulfill your obligation, if you don't want to follow through with your responsibilities, you'll put yourself in sin. Because this is the commandment of what we should do. This is the blueprint that was lined up. Give me James 4:17. Read that when you get there, bro.
The book of James, chapter 4 and verse 17. Therefore to him that knoweth to do
He
good.
said, therefore to him that knoweth to do good. Again, it said, I have taught, I teach, I give instruction, give a straight commandment. Read.
And doeth it not.
And do what?
And doeth it not.
And does not follow through with their responsibilities and disregards their obligations. Read.
To him it is sin.
What it is, bro?
To him it is sin.
What it is, bro?
To him it is sin.
So if you want to continue to live your life in opinions, bro, you're living your life in sin.
That's right.
Point blank period.
Bring it out.
Let's go back. Proverbs 4:20. Read that, bro.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 20. My son, attend to my words.
There it is again. It's calling out to you, bro. It's calling out to you, sis. Listen. Take heed. Follow through. Be obedient. Read.
Incline thine ear to my sayings. Let them not depart from thine eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart. For they are life.
For what?
For they are life.
For what?
For they are life
Read.
unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh.
Read.
Keep thy heart with all diligence.
What it say, bro?
Keep thy heart with all diligence.
Read.
For out of it are the issues of life.
Read.
Put away from thee a froward mouth.
He say, put away from thee that froward mouth, bro. Put away that disobedient, man. Put away that destructive mind, that evil and dark self. Read.
And perverse lips put far from thee. Let thine eyes look right on, and let thine eyelids look straight before thee. Ponder the path of thy feet, and let all thy ways be
He
established.
say, ponder the path of your feet. Examine your walk.
Bring it out.
Examine how you're moving.
Bring it out.
Examine how you operate. Did you show love to that brother? Did you show love to that sister? Was there charity in your mind? Or was there hatred?
Bring it out.
Was there jealousy? And did you have a covered spirit? Again, it said, ponder that path. Read.
Turn not to the right hand nor to the left. Remove thy foot from evil.
And all it's saying is follow through with your obligations.
That's right.
Be responsible. Be accountable. Go back. In Deuteronomy 4 and verse 5.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 5.
Read that, bro.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
There it is again. There it is again. We have been taught. The instruction has been given. Read.
Even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Read.
Keep therefore and do this.
What it say, bro?
Keep therefore and do this.
This, again, is your obligation and responsibility as children of the power. Keep therefore and do them. Read.
For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations.
So keeping the law is what, bro?
Your wisdom and your understanding.
Bro, again, when it said wisdom, when it said her, when it's talking about she, talking about the law, being obedient, operate in righteousness,
That's right.
which is following your obligations, going through with your responsibilities.
Right.
Read, bro.
For this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Is that what's going on right now for you, Israel?
Bring it out.
Is they looking at your nation as a wise and understanding people? Is they looking at your people as yeah, man, they listen, they headstrong into the will of the Lord? Nah, they calling you dummies.
Bring it out.
Flooding your neighborhood with lies and lust and lasciviousness and deceit and death. This is what's happening. Jump over to verse 9.
Verse 9. Only take heed to thyself.
Bro, he say, self-examine, read,
and keep thy soul diligently.
be obedient, follow your obligations, follow through with your responsibilities, read.
Lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life.
He say, lest these things depart, lest you get caught up in the lies and the fabrication of the deceits you've given yourself. But this is the part I really want to read.
But teach them thy sons, and thy sons'
He
sons.
say, but teach them, your sons, and your sons' sons, your daughters, and your daughters' daughters. Teach them to be obedient. Teach them to follow the Lord. Teach them to adhere to the obligations. Teach them to be responsible. Give me Matthew 5:13. Let's see how we teach them. Read that, bro.
The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing.
He say, bro, why give you these instructions? Why give you these responsibilities if you're not going to adhere to them? If you're not going to follow them? Why pick up the phone if you weren't going to get the job done? Why put the job application in if you weren't going to follow through with the responsibilities of the job?
Bring it out.
Read.
But to be cast out and to be trodden underfoot of men.
That's what happened when you want to be disobedient. That's what happened when you disregard your responsibilities. That's what happened when you disregard your obligations. That's what happened when you become a liar. That's what happened when you become truth breakers. That's what happened when you're disobedient.
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
Read.
You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
See, this is how you teach. Through your actions. Giving
Right.
righteous examples. They're
Right.
light. They cannot be hid. You show your son, and your son show his son, and his son show his son, and so on and so forth. Your daughter, show her daughter. Her daughter, show her daughter. And so on and so forth. When you give them a righteous example, they take that, they feed that, they spread that, they pay it forward. Because if not, If you show yourself to be a truce breaker, if you show yourself to be a liar, if you show yourself to be irresponsible, if you show yourself not to complete your obligations, what type of example are you giving your child?
Bring it out.
Again, how you expect them to follow through and be obedient if you yourself not following and being obedient? Read.
Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
Read.
Let your light so shine before men.
He say, let your light so shine before men. Be obedient. Complete your obligations. Follow through with your responsibilities. Show yourself an example of righteousness. Right. Read.
That they may see your good works.
That they what?
May see your good works.
That they what?
May see your good works.
Read.
And glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Hello, how you do what? What did he say, bro?
And glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Again, that's that honor. That's that honor. Being obedient. Read.
For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot.
You good, you good. Jump over to verse 19. That's what I want.
19. Okay. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments.
Who therefore shall disregard your obligations, who therefore shall not complete their responsibilities, shall show themselves to be irresponsible. Read.
And shall teach men so.
And shall do what, bro?
Teach men so.
That's that light that's hid. That's that candle that's under the bed. Read.
He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them.
But whosoever shall do and teach them to do. Read.
The same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
See, that's what he mean by teaching. That's what he mean by showing your son and your son's son. Again, you can talk a good game all day, but it always comes down to your actions.
That's right.
Give me Romans 6 and 16. Read that, bro.
The book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 16. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves service to obey?
He say, know ye not that who you yield yourself to be servants to obey. That if you want to be disobedient, that if you want to be a truce breaker, that if you don't want to follow through with your responsibilities, if you want to show yourself to be irresponsible, if you don't want to complete your obligations, read.
His servants are ye, his servants ye are whom ye obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness.
See, when you listen, that's that obedience and righteousness. When you disregard, that's that sin and death. So again, if you living your life off the opinions you've created for yourself, that's that sin and death.
That's right.
If you want to be disobedient, if you want to stop up your ears and pull away your shoulder, that's that sin and death.
That's right.
If you don't want to show that love, if you want to be a demon, if you want to just have evil all up and down, it's the sin and death. If you don't want to walk like Christ, it's the sin and death. Read Matthew 10 and 38. Read that, bro.
The book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 38. And he that taketh not his cross.
And he that does not follow the Lord. He that does not be obedient. He that does not want to follow up his words with the actions. He that does not want to follow up his actions with the same words. Read.
And followeth after me is not worthy of me.
What happened when you disregard, bro?
Is not worthy of me.
What happened when you a truce breaker, bro?
It's not worthy of me.
What happened when you irresponsible, bro?
It's not worthy of me.
Read.
He that findeth his life shall lose.
He say, when you find your life through Christ, when you find your life through that love, when you find your life through that obedience, when you find your life through that righteousness, read.
And he that loses his life for my sake shall find it.
See, that's what happened. When you pick up that phone call, that life, you should have lost that. And the new life you gain is through Christ. But that's only if you're obedient. That's only if you follow through and complete your responsibilities.
That's right.
It's only if you continue to complete the obligations that were set before you.
That's right.
Let's go back. Give me Exodus 24 and 3. Read that, bro.
The book of Exodus, chapter 24 and verse 3. And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord.
And Moses came and gave us the game, gave us the rundown on the will of the Lord. Read.
In all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice.
And all the people answered with one voice. You, Miss so-called Israelite, you. Mr. Seed of Abraham, you. Mrs. Follower of Christ, read.
And said, all the words which the Lord has said will we do.
Read.
And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord, and rose up early in the morning, and built an altar under the hill, and 12 pillars, according to the 12 tribes of Israel.
Read.
And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offered burnt offerings, and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen unto the Lord.
Read.
And Moses took half of the blood.
Okay. So Moses took half of that blood of those offerings, right? Read.
And put it in basins. And half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar. And he took the book of the covenant.
And he took the book of the covenant. He took the instruction book. He took the laws. He took the obligations and responsibilities that we just said with our mouth we will do. Read.
And read in the audience of the people.
And read out our obligations and read out our responsibilities. Read.
And they said, all that the Lord had said will we do.
He say what?
Will we do.
He say, will we do. This Israel said on one accord, everything that the Lord has said we will do. And what else, bro?
And be obedient.
And what?
And be obedient.
So what that say, Israel?
Bring it out.
And what that say? They don't say nothing about expressing your opinion. They don't say nothing about how you feel towards your obligations or responsibilities towards the Lord. That you yourself said you will do. Because this is what you're supposed to do.
That's right.
You signed up for it. Read.
And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people, and said, behold, the blood of the covenant, which the Lord hath made with you concerning all these words.
And then you sign that contract in blood.
Bring it out.
Legally binding contract.
Bring it out.
Morally binding contract. Again, bro, that definition of obligation, right? A duty or commitment. Morally or legally bound to do something. Responsibilities. Required to do as part of a job, role, or legal obligation. This is a contract we signed and we legally obligated to follow the will of the Lord.
Bring it out.
Point blank, period. Ain't no opinions to that. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. Ain't no, I think now. What the Lord said we will do. And then Christ made it even easier. Give me James 1:21. We're coming to a close, Israel.
The book of James, chapter 1 and verse 21. Wherefore, lay apart all filthiness and sublimity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which able to save your soul.
He say, bro, separate yourself from the BS. Be that person that said we will do. Be that person that signed that contract in blood, said we gonna follow the Lord and be obedient. Read.
But be ye doers of the word.
What they say, bro?
But be ye doers of the word.
But be ye doers of the word. But be responsible. But complete your obligations. Read.
And not hearers only.
Let it not go in one ear and out the other. Read.
Deceiving your own self.
What they do when they disobedient, bro?
Deceiving your own self.
Read.
For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer.
So those that heard, those that signed that contract, read.
and not a doer.
And don't fulfill the legally and moral obligation of that contract. Read.
He is like unto a man beholding his natural face in the glass.
Read.
For he beholdeth himself, and goeth his way,
And deceive his own self. Read.
and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was.
Read.
But whoso looketh unto the perfect law of liberty,
But he that follow, he that complete, he that listens, he that is responsible. Read.
and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer,
He being not a forgetful hearer. Read.
but a doer of the work.
But a what?
Doer of the work.
Somebody that's going to complete their responsibilities and obligations. Somebody that listen, attend their ear unto that knowledge. Attend their ear unto that wisdom. Attend their ear unto that understanding. Read.
This man shall be blessed in his deed.
What happened when you complete your obligations?
This man shall be blessed in his deed.
What about the brew that completely finishes his responsibilities?
This man shall be blessed in his deed.
What about the brothers and sisters that's obedient?
This man shall be blessed in his deed.
Bro, you can't refute that. That's not an opinion. That's fact. That's knowledge. That's 100%. That's real life. That's square business. Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13 and we out.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13.
Read that.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Read.
Fear God.
What he say, bro?
Fear God.
What he say, bro?
Fear God.
Read.
And keep his commandments.
What we need to do, bro?
Keep his commandments.
What we need to do, bro?
Keep his commandments.
Read.
For this is the whole duty of man.
Point blank period, bro. Don't just be a hearer, be a doer as well. Disregard all of the opinions that you hear out in the world. Disregard all of the lies and the deceit that's laying in wait to snap you in a snare, to get you trapped. Follow through with your obligation. Be responsible. Because you want the next man, you want your children, you want your family to be the same way.
That's right.
And on that, we say shalom.